I'm Ron and I'm back again, you know already. Tonight I am talking about the 6 best young players in MLS, ranking them, so to speak, but it's more like who are the ones to watch. That is what we're talking about tonight. Who are the ones to watch? Who are the best? I have 6 right here, 6 names that I think we need to be watching throughout the Orlando tournament and the rest of the regular season once it returns. Number 6 from Minnesota United FC, Mason Toye. Mason Toye started 9 games, appeared in 17 games last year, scored 6 goals, and had 3 assists. He was amazing in that game against LAFC last year. The only home loss for LAFC last year was against Minnesota United. Mason Toye was the reason for that. Scored a brace in that game. Amazing. And that showed you his potential. Everybody learned his name that night. That fateful night. And I can tell you that more people will be learning his name if you haven't already learned it from that game. Because Mason Toye is an amazing footballer. He is an amazing player. Great young player. Has a great head on his shoulders. Great decision making. Amazing player. And he's fun to watch. So, great for Minnesota to have a player like that. And let's move on to number 5. Gianluca Boo of Sporting Kansas City. 10 starts, 22 appearances, 3 goals and 1 assist last year. But they leaned on him pretty well. A good midfielder, good player, has a good eye for a pass, has a good eye for a key pass or an assist when needed. He's always good to dictate the flow of the play for Kansas City. An amazing player, Gianluca Boo. And I think this year he will do even better with Kansas City. And I hope to see him do better because hopefully this season is better for them. Let's remember last season was a big abject failure for them post-Champions League because of all their injuries and they just never got onto the right foot. It was a worse version of 2018 Toronto FC is exactly what Kansas City was. They didn't get on the right foot. They never did get on the right foot. Too many injuries. Didn't even make the CONCACAF final. They got 10-2'd on aggregate by Monterrey. It is what it is. So that's sad. Number 4, Paxton Pomykal of FC Dallas. Now, most of the players on Dallas I don't think are that special. But Pomykal, he is special. 20 starts, 25 appearances, 2 goals, 5 assists. But he's an amazing young player. And he has European prospects for days. This kid is special. This kid is special. This is why people respect Dallas too much. This one kid, Paxton Pomykal. This is why Dallas is respected so much. Is him. Maybe Ricardo Pepi as well. But he's also one to watch, but he's not on this list. But those 2 players are the only reason people respect Dallas like they do. Because Dallas is not a special team. Yeah, they could park the bus. Yeah, they can attack. They can score if they want to. But there's nothing really special about them. There really isn't. But Pomykal is one of the reasons why they're somewhat successful for what they are in MLS right now. So great for him. Good player. Can score, but he's more of a passer, more of an assister. But if he can score, that's great as well. If he can score, great. If he lets other players score, that's great as well. He's got a high ceiling, a very high ceiling. Number 3, Ezequiel Barco of Atlanta United. Ezequiel Barco started 11 games, played 15, appeared in 15, 4 goals, 3 assists, and also scored 2 goals and 1 assist this season in the first 2 games of the season. Why do I bring that up? Because Atlanta need to find the goals somewhere. And I mean somewhere. They need to find the goals somewhere. Because Joseph is out for the rest of the year. That is obvious. Even though coronavirus happened, Joseph is still out. He's still out. So where are they going to get their goals? Ezequiel Barco, P.T. Martinez. They got rid of Julian Gressel for what reason, I don't know. I heard they're going to try to sign an 18-year-old striker as Martinez's replacement, Joseph's, but I don't know how that's going to pan out. I'd hope it pans out for them because, honestly, I'd like to see another Toronto-Atlanta matchup in the playoffs when it comes time. At BMO this time, and not the Eastern Conference Final, but somewhere along the line. You know, that would be amazing. But Atlanta is a special team. They're a good team. They have good young players. They know where to buy their players. Even though Frank de Boer is not as good of a manager as Tata Martino, he still took him to the Eastern Conference Finals last year where they lost to Toronto FC. And honestly, if it wasn't for Westberg saving that penalty, I'll admit it, we probably would have lost that game. I will admit that firsthand. But Westberg saved our hind end there. And then Benazet and De Leon pulled some crazy stuff. Honestly, we got lucky there. But I don't care. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, but yeah, if the goals are there for Atlanta United, it's got to be Barco. It's got to be Barco. It's got to be PT. I don't think that 18-year-old striker is going to do anything, and they really don't have any good backup strikers already. And they got rid of Julian Gressel to DC over the offseason, as we remember. But where are the goals coming from? That's where Barco comes in. They need to get goals because Joseph is out until 2021. Coronavirus ain't changing that. He's gone. He's out. So, they need to find the goals somewhere. And I think they got a player for that right here. Now, let's get to the second best, youngest player that this really isn't a ranking. This is just players to watch, but I put them down in this order. It's not really in order. It's kind of like HITC 7s, where it's not really ordered, but it's still in a 7 format. But this is 6, but you get my point. Number 2, from LAFC, Diego Rossi. Diego Rossi. 33 starts, 34 appearances, Iron Man, 16 goals and 7 assists. Amazing. Amazing. But when you're playing on LAFC with Carlos Vela and all those great players, Diamande, now Bradley Wright Phillips, I don't think Lee Nguyen is there anymore. He was there last year, but now he's in Miami, right? Yeah. Beta Shore's gone, but he played with Beta Shore last year. Yeah. Mark Anthony Kay, there's one that's still there. Mark Anthony Kay, good old Canadian boy. Diego Rossi has so many options to either pass to him or for him to pass to score goals or get assists. This is LAFC we're talking about. But he's an amazing player. It's not like he slows them down like another young winger on the team. Rodriguez? Sound familiar? But Rossi, he don't slow them down. No, he's amazing. He is an amazing footballer. I love to watch him play. I hate to say it because the sad part about LAFC is the fact that everybody who isn't 3252 or an LAFC fan probably hates their guts. But it's still enjoyable football to watch. And you hate to see it as a casual, or not a casual, or as a neutral when it comes to LAFC games or just people who hate them outright. Because if you love the sport of football, you love the way they play the game. But you hate the people behind the club. You sort of hate the players, but you can't hate the way they play. It's kind of crazy. I have to admit it. You can't hate the way they play the game of football. It's amazing. Bob Bradley is a smart manager. The players are amazing. It hurts to say, but LAFC, even though I hate them, they're enjoyable to watch. They're enjoyable to watch. Whenever you watch an LAFC game, even though you hate them, you know you're in for a show. Whether they win or lose, you're in for a show. Like the Western Conference final last year against Seattle. That was an amazing match. I wanted them to lose. They ended up losing, but it was a show. LA Galaxy versus LAFC, El Trafico in the playoffs last year. Again, 5-3, a show. Marquee, amazing match. Defensively, probably not, but offensively it was. But still, that playoff run they had, even though they bottled, they still had amazing matches. They were shows. You wanted them to lose, but it was still a show. No matter what, you came out of it fulfilled watching that match. Which Diego Rossi helps them do that. As you could see, amazing player. Great player. Doesn't slow down the pace. Has a great eye for an assist. Can also shoot. Amazing winger. Can blaze down with pace. What's more not to like? Or what's more to like? I don't know. You get my point. And then finally, number one, the rare air of this list, even though it's not really number one. But I bet you're not surprised. From Toronto FC, Gianluca Achara. 1 goal in the regular season, 3 in the preseason. Really should have been 2 in the regular season because of that offside call. It wasn't really offside. Yes, I know it was March. Yes, it's been 3 months. Yes, I'm still pissed. It was barely offside. Like, you could make the case that it wasn't. No assists, 1 game in the regular season, but throughout that game and the preseason for Achara, you saw his quality. You saw what he could do. You saw what he was capable of. Gianluca Achara is an amazing footballer. He was MLS ready when he was picked in the Super Draft. Why? Because he captained Georgetown to an NCAA Cup, College Cup. Captain, amazing striker on that team. And he already had the head of a pro on his shoulders. And Toronto got a steal in the first round of the Super Draft with Achara. Achara is an amazing player. Smart guy as well. Honestly, probably one of the players I'm probably closest to when it comes to Toronto FC. Acquaintances, not really friends, but I bought his jersey. He shouted me out after I posted it. He's talked before. You know, he likes to connect with the fans, I guess. But that's a good thing. Achara's a cool guy, smart guy, great footballer. You want him to succeed. Even if you're not a Toronto fan, you should want Achara to succeed. An amazing person and an amazing footballer. He has European prospects, and he is humble as not many footballers probably are, even as rookies taken in the Super Draft or young players who come through an academy. Because the way it seems to me, I'm not saying players aren't humble, but if you're a high up youth player and you come through an academy or you get picked in the Super Draft and you're good enough to get picked there, you're going to have a little bit of an ego. But Achara? No. And that surprised me because he's a great player. He should have that ego of a great, young, talented player with European prospects. He should, but he doesn't. And that's amazing because his football ability is just as good as him as a human. And that's amazing. And you're saying, why does this matter? Well, I'll say what I want, okay? And that's how I feel. He's an amazing footballer. That's not a question. Has a great eye for goal, can pass, great as a winger, which he's normally a striker. He was a striker at Georgetown, but with Piatti not being a perfectly healthy player, and then the other side being in flux Like if Endo gets hurt and Gallardo gets hurt, and honestly, I'd say Achara is better than Schaffelberg. I hate to say it, but I think it's true. He has a very good chance to play almost every other week. Honestly. And then if Josie gets hurt, but Piatti is still healthy and fit, put him at striker. This dude is versatile. Versatile. And that's amazing. He's better than Akinola. He's definitely better than Mullins. I don't know if he's better than Jordan Perruzza, but we've already seen Achara set fire to the league in one game. Perruzza has not even gotten a chance at senior level. I'm going to go with Achara. I like Jordan Perruzza as well, but I'm going with Achara. That's just me. So, but put his footballing ability with him just as a wonderful human being. He deserves all the success in the world. And even if he wasn't playing with Toronto, I'd probably say that the same. This man, wonderful footballer, wonderful person, deserves all the success in the world. And it's sad that over 3 years, his Toronto career is only going to be about, 3 years long, and then he's going to go to Europe? That's going to be sad. That's going to be sad. But I will guarantee you this. If he ever gets called up to the Nigerian senior team, national team, I'm buying that jersey. It's an amazing shirt, let's be honest. They make some amazing shirts. They do. They do. They do. They do. They do. So, that'll be a good buy, definitely. Even if he's not in Toronto no more. But, so, that's your best 6 young players in MLS to keep an eye on. Top 6 right now, whatever you want to call it. If you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell all your friends. On Friday, I will be back with the last RSR Classic of quarantine content. Sporting Kansas City versus Toronto FC from July 7th, 2018, which I was there, by the way. So, yeah, I picked a game with meaning to me. So, I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace.